All right. Another question. When it does come to dating, obviously with this whole, especially with this money thing that we're talking about now, like, who do you think, talking like a first, second date basis, who do you think is under more pressure when it comes to dating? The man or the woman?
In regards to what though?
In regards to everything. So whether it's the money they're spending, where you're taking them, how you look, who's under more pressure to make that impression on that first date?
Man.
The man.
Why you say that?
Go on, Pete.
We're the ones that are. Well, it depends. Can I get into it a little bit more? It depends on who moves to who, though.
Who initiates the date?
Who moves to who first? But before you got to dating stages,
like, so you moved to her.
Yeah,
it'll be me. I got to impress.
Okay,
I've got to impress. I moved to you. I've come to get your attention. I've got to prove to you why I deserve your attention, innit?
Okay, and
in your time.
All right. So say it's just a case where you're just talking, like no one's really technically moved to each other. I don't know. Let's say it's just you're talking, you meet, and it gets you're like, right, okay, let's go out.
As a man, I'll take the lead. It'll still be me.
Yeah, so you'd say that the pressure is more on the man in that situation.
Yeah, because I want to show you that I'm a man, innit? I'm a man of man, innit? Like this is what I do, innit? Not like on a a bossy level. Okay, cool, but not on like some high roll level. Just like, yo, I'm a man. I know how to handle. I can handle this, innit? You get me?
But don't you think at the same time though, the woman's going to be thinking, especially if she likes you, she's going to be thinking more or less the same thing, like, yo, like I want to.
I mean, I think for women, their pressures would be like looks, whatever, just making sure that they look apart. And I think, when speaking to some females also believe that they want to show that they're not like a bim, they're not like, what's that? They're not a blonde mom, not a blondie. Like they're not an airhead. They can hold conversation. They're intelligent. You know, they want to get off that little stereotype. Like I'm not, like I may be pretty, but I'm not like a quote unquote Instagram girl, if that makes sense, innit?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, so you're saying it's the man?
That alone.
I think I would say it's a 60-40 thing. 60% on the man, 40% on the girl.
Okay. I'd say it's on the man, because if we're going, a lot of people are still in a very traditional mindset, innit? So therefore, the first date would be on the man, unless otherwise discussed. You understand what I'm saying? So that first date, I think there's a lot of, I wouldn't say pressure in regards to financially, because it depends on, as you said, like previous conversation. I just think you're more in control of how the night like pans out, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, remember, you might say, all right, we're going out, so you pick them up. You know where you're going because you've set that out already. So each step of the night is kind of, it's your responsibility to plan it out. Don't get me wrong, you can ask them like, oh, what do you fancy doing? But as the man, you're going to try and take the lead to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's where I feel the pressure comes from, because unless, I mean, I don't know how everyone works, innit? With dating, I guess you would have spoken to them a decent amount before you even went out. So there would be, you lot would have had enough in common to go somewhere. Yeah, you have an idea of the person.
What you're doing.
Yeah, so you go out. I think the pressure comes from us simply because a lot of us are still in that traditional mindset of, I have to, as Prem said, like, I have to be the man. I have to impress and show you that I'm capable of not taking care of you necessarily, but
impressing you,
making this run. Yeah. Because remember, in the beginning, everyone's putting their best foot forward. You understand? Everyone's putting their best foot forward. So, like, you're going to feel that pressure. I don't know from women. Obviously, as you said, it'll be like their appearance. Hair, nails, whatever the case may be. But with us, it's the same. You want to go barber. You want to make sure that your drop is proper and whatever the case may be. But that comes with age now, innit? You want to make sure that your appearance is a certain way, you smell a certain way. whatever the case may be.
Smell is very important. Your aftershave has to be on point. Because when they hug you, they smell your neck bone. If your aftershave ain't popping, fam, that's an X.
But that's what it is. But it's the same as them.
But then I think looks-wise, it's easier for us because I think for us, this is what you got: smell, you got a haircut, and you've got a decent footwear. I think you can hear me.
But for them, it's easy as well, though, Jay.
Yeah, of course.
Is it?
Yeah, because think about it. You won't know if a gal is wearing a £50 dress or an £8 dress from Boohoo. You won't know. You won't know what their shoes cost.
The appearance-wise, I'm talking.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, financially.
No, not financially. Forget how much you'd have to pay. I'm just talking about putting a look together.
Let's be honest. If a gal is nice, she can put on whatever and you'll still be kind of on it. Because you've already liked her.
She could put on a little £12 dress with ASOS and she
But they're not thinking like that. They're still thinking, all right, cool, I've got to get myself to a certain level. We're already sold because we're interested. We're already interested.
It depends on the person you are because, like, I know some man that's been on dates and they told the girl, listen, I'm coming on a tracksuit, you know. Like, I'm comfortable like that. So, come freely, you know.
It depends on where you're going as well.
Yeah, it depends where you're going.
True. Where you going?
If you're going out to dinner, we're too old to go in a tracksuit.
You can't be doing that.
You can't go dinner in a tracksuit, 100%, man.
But if you're going bowling or you're going like mini golf or whatever, you can pull up in a decent trackie and everyone's casual. But I think like the pressure still comes on us because going off the back of what we were saying before, remember the budget is within our control because we brought them up, right? We've picked them up. So getting them to and from the place, once again, within our control. So anything kind of goes wrong, it kind of falls on us in a little bit of a way. You understand? So I feel like it's 50-50, but we will feel more because it's us.
Yeah.
They will probably feel like they're under more pressure.
I think we feel an extra 10% still because we're just a man, innit?
Say that again?
I think we get the extra pressure because you got to think about it. A gal look at the car you drive, which really truly shouldn't mean nothing, but okay, it does. Car you drive, how you dress, you know, is your haircut on point, your breath smell clean. Do you know what I mean? All those little things there. And the most important,
those same exact things at a woman. Maybe not the car.
We're
going to be looking at her hair. We're going to be looking at her eyebrows, her lashes.
We're looking down to the toes. We're looking down at everything.
Certain man like you see one toe hanging off the shoe, and that's who you're done for the night. You're like,
you're done. Like,
I'm not on it.
I think for me, a girl's. Your foot game's got to be on point. Your foot and nail game's got to be 10 out of 10. If you're a pretty girl,
she's got on some bad and her toes.
I ain't trying to see no crust. I ain't trying to see
no
crust underneath.
Where she's gone in, but she's got on dead crepes, dead busted crepes.
For me, footwear is a big thing for me. So I'll be gone, bruv. Like I'm spun still. I'm like
If I could the thing is this, right? Yeah, obviously quarantine has showed. Some of these girls, they're suffering like us, innit? We've seen the real, but it's one of those ones where if you can go to a dance that lasts about 5 hours that you're in there, and you look 10 out of 10, and you can't link me and you got some busted down crips, man, I'll be very disappointed. Fam.
All right, but what if, and playing devil's advocate here now, you're going somewhere like bowling, right? So her heel game is on point, but her crep game is dead. So she turns up in some lean off crepes. You don't care about them.
Let me retract my statement then. Because you get some girls, they ain't trainer girls. They're just heel girls. Like, they probably have that one trainer they've had for like the past 2 years, bro. That one Hirachi or that one Converse. Like, real talk. So, in a way, I didn't have to be like, all right, cool. Because then if I know your heel games are on point, and every time you've gone out, your heels are on point, but you're not really a crep person, I hear you still. I hear that still. But just know that when you become my again, you have to upgrade your trainer collection still. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So, all right. So, Jay, you said, that foot game is big to you, yeah? Like, what's on the foot is a big thing.
Big thing for me.
What is your, what are the turn-off things that this girl can come on the date and that will be a wrap for her from that day going forward?
Footwear-wise?
No, just in general.
In general.
Yeah.
Footwear.
First date, and it's done.
Footwear.
Yeah.
Hair.
Yeah.
Makeup. Footwear, like I said, like if your footwear is dead, your trainers are lean off, I'm not on it. I just can't, because I'm gonna be looking at your footwear for the whole freaking night. I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be distracted, innit? Hair, like if you haven't, whatever your hair is, whether you've got natural hair, whether you've got a weave, whether you've got a wig, whether you've got leave-ins, whatever you've got, just make sure it looks proper, innit? I don't want to see your leave out all looking mad. I don't want to see your wig was all twisted, or like I don't want to, that part in the middle and it doesn't match the color of your skin. Like you're supposed to color it and make it match. If it doesn't match, like I'm gonna be looking at it just like make it lighter and your skin is dark. Like that's I'm off. I'm gone. Like I'm distracted again. Like
so hair makeup.
Hair makeup.
That's what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Mine is hygiene. Your smell.
Yeah, that goes without saying. Yeah.
No. But you see your smell. Like some people, they don't even smell themselves. Like they've got a musk. Like that smell like your clothes didn't dry properly. You know that one?
Smells, yeah. Smells are a big one.
Me, I'm a fragrance man. Because you see, if I'm around somebody enough, everyone has like a distinctive smell, innit?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And have you never had like years later, you smelled something and you're like, it reminds you of that person?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do with fragrances. Your breath and your armpit. You see those two? Any of those are getting techie. It's a wrap. I can deal with the shoe game because you might just have poor choices in footwear. I can deal with that because we can work on that.
Yeah.
Your hair, your hair has to be good. What I'm trying to say to you is these are down to preferences, isn't it? Like she might think her hair looks good. I might just not. So we can adjust that. Your smell is a wrap. And if a girl uses things like bruv and fam, any girl that talks to me like that, it's a shambles. Bruv, fam, cuz, and smoking. Those three things.
Yeah, smoking. Yeah, that's one of mine.
Yeah, I forgot that one. Smoking.
It's done. It's done. If you smoke cigarettes, especially if you smoke cigarettes, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah. Because, like, for me personally, anything else, I believe we can work on, and in time, once we're comfortable enough, I can bring up to you like, I don't like A or I don't like B, or we can work with something.
Yeah.
But your fragrance, your body, like your body odor and that, the smoking, and your vocab.
Smell's a big thing. Like I know certain men that have linked to ting baddies and they're like not on it just because the smell is off. That's it. It's written off. They don't want to go back.
That's what I'm saying.
I've heard man complain about the vocab as well, like linked to pretty thing, and she's like, "Yo, fam, yo," and he's like, "What?" Like
that's a common one. That's a big one still. When they're like, "Yo, blood and bro," like, "Yo, cuz," like, And it's when like that coming out of her is like what she looks like. You're not supposed to speak like that. What the hell?
If it's a joke, we can run a joke. Depending on what music she might listen to, she there's certain little bits.
Yeah.
But if your main conversation at this age, you're telling me about bruv and fam and narcas and all of this, it's dead.
Yeah, drop her out still.
What are you saying, P?
Drop her out. What's yours?
For me, the foot game's got to be on point. If your foot game is not on point, I'm not on it.
Yeah?
Toes. Are we talking toes?
Toes.
Well, you might not see.
What if you don't see their toes?
I mean, I could go to the yard, fam, and the toes are looking busted, fam. Like,
well, deep by then. You might be too deep by the time you might be too deep by the time.
It could be summertime. She could have all the sandal on, you know.
But it could be winter and she's wearing Uggs, and it's not until like a couple of dates down the line you see the toes and you're just like,
Look, man. Look, man.
These times you've already blown your budget in the bar. And then you leave, their toes are busted.
Hey, the other £30 could have gone to her toes.
You giving her a penny with that £30, my guy.
Yes. So what do you do then? Are you gonna cut?
Huh?
Are you gonna cut if the toe game's mad?
What, Corn and Bunyan?
Yeah.
I'm gone, fam. I'm gone.
Even if your couple, if you're down the line and you like her.
Boy, fam, you better go turkey, fam.
I do what?
Get a foot. You can get a foot repaired in Turkey, you know.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Alright, cool.
No. For me, it's the nails game. The nail game's got to be on point.
Mm-hmm.
That's one for me. That's a one thing for me because gal always telling man's barbers, I'm on point. Like don't let quarantine fool you. My barber, he's serious, fam. He makes me look like I'm on point. Oh. Cool. Hygiene. Especially the way you speak. For me, those three things are key for me still. Hair. I don't know, man. I find the girl with the hair tie a bit sexy. Still, you can rap that shit, like, you know. I'm cool with that. Fam.
As long as it's neat, whatever it is. I don't.
Yeah. Your wig, I can't be seeing the net in your wig though. You know that one thing. You know, you see something,
and it doesn't match.
I can't be seeing that.
Match your skin. Like I'm like, why does
it? That's a turn off. Like, that's a turn off. Because it's not like I'm not coming to link you with one beard higher than the other. Do you know them one day? So you get me. My left side ain't higher, my right side ain't. Nah. I'm on point. Do you understand? So you've got to make the same effort. But those three things for me are a stand of like. You can't be saying to me like, yo, bruv, yo, fam. Bruv, what the hell, fam? You're not the man then. What are you doing? You get me? And furthermore, it gets to the point, even as man gets older, man don't really speak to the man like that anyway. So that's one for me. Hygiene, of course, bruv, because you got to smell apart. Because again, I'm about my fragrance still, fam, man. You get me? Right now, I need to even reload. I'm sitting on 3. I need another 2. I need 5. Fam, I need 7. You get me?
The fragrance game.
I need that choice. Do you get me?
Do you know what? Another thing. You see when you see girls at raves and they're walking on the floor with their foot, it's a wrap.
Yeah. That's off-putting.
It's a wrap.
Walking around in the dance. Yeah. Black
me. Yeah, it's off.
Bring your slippers, fam. If you know you can't handle your heels, bring your flats to just change into. Don't ever just have your.
I don't like though. No, I don't like. Just going off topic. I hate the girl in that. They come in the dance in their heels and in 2 seconds they back up the night flip flops. Why?
You can't handle it.
Yeah, fashion over sense, isn't it?
Hey, think about it. It must be a lot to wear heels though. It must burn your foot, especially if a girl. She might be a trainer girl and she wears trainers most days and heels only when she goes out. So when she puts the heel on now, foot's all
it's messed up.
You get me? It's all bunning.
Hold on, you just step in the dance, you know. 2 minutes, heels off.
They don't care. From that picture for Instagram with the heel on, they don't care after that. It's cool. You can flick off.
At least wear a nice little pretty slipper with a little fluff hair on it.
Nah, I hate those slippers, bro.
What the fur things?
I hate them with a passion, bro.
No, I like them.
So tacky, bro. The fur.
Nah, man, you can't be wearing a JD Nike slipper.
Bro, you wear a Nike slip slider, bro. I can't stand those furry things.
That's the same. Wait, they're wearing the same sliders that you wear in the house in the dance.
Bro, I would rather that than them big fluffy thing that look like you got a rat on your foot, bro. I'm good still.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, come on, Jay.
Nah, Jay's high maintenance, you know.
You can tell.
I'm cool with the slider. I'm cool with your normal sliders, your Nike, Adidas, your Boohoo, whatever slider it is.
I change his name from J Herb to J Bougie, fam.
For real.
All right, cool. Next question, yeah, I'm gonna ask you that. Yeah. How, like, dating now? You're in dating.
Mm-hmm.
How long into it would you start expecting sex? How long into it would you start expecting sex? So you've gone out to the bar, you spent your £130 on the drinks and that.
All right, Joe, rock, paper, scissors, who goes first?
I got 1, 2, 3.
Go first, isn't it?
Alright, cool. How long?
How long?
It It depends on how long we was talking before we started dating.
All right, so let's say you've been talking and dating for a period of 4 weeks. Would you have expected to have sex with her already?
Not necessarily, because if we're dating, my concept of dating is you're outside of the house, innit? So you're out doing activities, innit? So that's fine. The minute, I don't know, like, it depends on the individual, innit? Like, me personally, it depends. Like, I'm not really a man to judge a girl on having sex early still, so.
So what are you saying? So earlier the better?
I'm saying, you see, listen, now my take on this is this, yeah?
Man's doing it so political.
Yeah.
Trying to be political about it.
Listen, my thing is with this, yeah? Everything is fake until you have sex.
Meaning?
Just get out the way. Because remember, everything we're doing is in order to be.
Right.
And everything they are doing to avoid us beating is for us to respect them once we do beat.
So what you're saying basically is once you've beat, if you're
then
still
we know
around each other, that means it's real.
Yeah, that's how we know the truth.
Okay.
Because remember, I can put my best foot forward until I beat and then cut out.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna know. But if I beat and I stay,
that means I really like you.
Yeah. So let's get this thing percolating.
Get it out of the way.
4 to 6 weeks.
That's so. Once it gets past 6 weeks and it hasn't happened, are you just cutting her off and moving on?
No, it's not cutting her off, but we need to have a conversation like we grown.
But would you? All right. So let's say, yeah, would you be linking other things on the side as well?
Now that's a whole different way.
So you're like, would you date multiple people?
Would I what?
Date multiple people. So multiple.
I don't have the concentration span.
So two women. Would you date 2 women?
It's going out.
Going out, yeah. Dating, getting to know each other.
Yeah, if you make them aware that that's what you're doing.
Do you think we have to make them aware that we've got another girl that we're dating?
You're not obliged to, but it's not about letting them know that there is another girl. It's letting them know that you are currently dating.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I think like dating and seeing someone is 2 different things. You understand?
Yeah.
Dating, I'm getting to know you. It's like job interviews, isn't it? That's basically what it's
going on multiple job interviews can't.
Exactly.
What if she was to like you? Yeah, it's just a dating thing, innit? So like, obviously, like I'm dating other guys and I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, all that means is, as a man, I know I'm not necessarily gonna put my best foot forward because I know you're not putting your best foot forward, innit? Because there's no way you can give me all your concentration and then give him all your concentration and him. It's not possible, innit? So when people say they've dated multiple people, it's almost like just testing out your powers. You know what I mean? Like you go on job interviews just to stay job interview ready.
But I think also when you do date multiple people, like initially, yeah, you are just not putting your best. I don't think anybody really puts their best foot forward, whether you're only dating one person or 2. I think that first initial stage is just you trying to paint a picture of yourself. You just selling your best lies almost. Like,
yeah.
Giving the best version of yourself. So like a job interview, you might have got 5 GCSEs, but on your CV, you've got 8.
Yeah.
So
yeah, pretty much.
It's the same thing. So I think initially you're getting to know each other if you're dating multiple people, but then as time goes, you'll start weeding them off. Like, yeah, I cut her off. Her toes were shit. Cut her off. Hygiene was bad.
Yeah.
Like, and
that's when you start seeing someone.
Yeah.
That's when you start seeing them because you've made the decision that that's the person that I prefer. Out of the bunch, I like you. So let me see what you're on now.
Yeah.
And then, because if you're dating multiple people, the person you decide to stick with now and see, that might take 6 months because you're dating multiple people. So the set expectation varies depending on what you're doing, innit?
Well, you'll definitely be having sex with one of them.
But how?
One of them might let off on the first date.
Maybe. But that's what I'm saying. I don't have the concentration span for all of that.
I don't either. I don't. So that's a lot.
Because remember, you start messing up because if you're dating like 5 girls, for example, that means you gotta talk to 5 girls. You've got to entertain 5 girls.
Yeah,
it's too much. With normal life, parenting, work. It's too much, fam. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I hear you. It is a lot. I think.
And one of them is bound to stand out anyway. One of them out of that bunch you're dating is going to be the standout one.
Yeah,
that you'll focus your attention.
One of them I think will stand out, and one of them will get the real you, and
they'll fizzle. The others will fizzle out.
Yeah,
one of them will.
Yeah, because they'll stop getting your concentration. They'll stop.
Yeah.
They'll stop getting that.
Look, it just go down to who's consistent the most, isn't it?
Who's selling themselves? Who's basically winning you off? Who's giving you the best impression? That is the one that's eventually gonna take all.
And who's reciprocating the energy that you're putting out as well?
Right.
Well, right now during quarantine, fam, if you're chatting to anyone, they're giving you the best of them, fam, because they're stuck at home.
This is jail. This is bare jail talk. When we get out, I'm gonna come see you. It's not real.
It's all gas. I was even saying today, a lot of people, when this is over, y'all are gonna be blocking, man. Block all these men that they've been flirting with and giving degrees. Like once you come out of lockdown, they'll be like, oh shit, let me block him. Oh my god, I promised him a date. Let me lock him. Bro, it's gonna be mad. Man.
But man are going to be doing the same thing. Because remember, if you've been on house party every day, you've picked up 15, 20 new gal, you can't entertain them when we're free again.
You're going to have to cut half of that off. At least. So,
hey, P, you sleeping?
I'm awake.
Sure, you all right, yeah?
I'm all right, man. This tape is burning up my eyes, fam, blood.
Hey, so what if, you're going on a first date with a girl, you really like her, and she does let off on the first night? Would you think of her any differently?
Hell no.
We've grown.
You think that's something with age?
You know what it is? Yeah, because part of the because if my brain's still in the juvenile state, I'll be like, so
she's a hoe.
How many people you done this with?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because am I to believe that my source is just so great that I accomplished this and no one else has? So I think it is for girls that I think we would judge.
She's probably trying to see what you're about, fam. Have you got the rhythm of the hips, fam? She's trying to see what I'm fam. Bro.
Yeah, but I think we would judge them a little bit.
I think in the back of your mind, you might be like,
it was easy. How easy was this? But then again, it goes down to, again, like I keep saying, the power of conversation. What type of conversations were you having way before you got to that stage? Because you probably were speaking for a period of time before you went on that date, and then you came back and she let off on the first night.
Is it just us dating, or are we dating multiple people at this time? Do you understand what I'm saying?
So,
let's just say if you're just dating her, you ain't seen no other chick right now.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Then you've been getting for us to even get to this date part, you've been getting a certain level of my consistent attention. Yeah, for a certain amount of time.
Even to that point where we even probably had that subliminal talk about sex anyway.
But you know what? It's some people, like I've spoken to women where their thing is, as much as they know they want to have sex with you,
they won't.
They also know that men are quite heavily about the sex. So they're like, let's see if you're really invested if I don't give it to you.
Yeah. There's that. There's also some who really want to do, like they might get in a vibe and they actually really want to do it on the first day.
Yeah.
But then they start thinking, I don't want him to look at me as if I'm just a hoe.
Exactly. So then they go against that themselves.
Yeah, against it. They might be bang on it, and you might be sticking on them like, no, it's not because they don't want to. It's just because they're afraid of that impression you're going to have of them.
But you also have to respect that. You also have to respect that in a certain degree, because like if a girl said to you, no, I really want to, but I'm not going to, you have to respect that statement.
Yeah, of course.
It's when they play the game of, I'm not on it, 60 days or whatever the case may be. You've made this all about the sex now. Do you understand? Because you've given me a time limit. So now
you told me to stick around. You're basically telling me to stick around to 60 days.
Prove yourself.
Then I get
exactly.
Okay, so I'll stick around for 60 days.
I'm giving you the best of me.
It kind of changes the dynamics of things, because now you've just basically told me that I just got to stick around for 60 days to get cheeks. Okay, I'm gonna be consistent for 60 days just to get cheeks, then, innit? Because that means afterwards, that means after that, abundance of keeps.
Same way.
Yeah.
It's the prize thing, but you've made the prize sex. You haven't made the prize getting you. You've made the prize having sex with you. So now, once I've accomplished that, my mission's complete. I don't have nothing else to look forward to. Don't get me wrong. You can beat a girl early and still stay with her because you realize, you know what, I really like this girl. I feel the way she's moving. Rare.
And the cheeks is good.
Yeah, you get captured by the puss. Mad. But
see how my eyes open there?
But it's dependent on person, isn't it? As I said, your conversation, as parents keep saying, your conversation building up to things makes a very big difference.
Bro, conversation is key, bro. Remember, you create a lot of things through conversation. Conversation is sometimes conversation can be powerful with an image, fam, bro. You get me?
Yeah, especially you see, forget quarantine. You see, when we're back in our normal lives, someone that's giving you a lot of their free time when we've got stuff to do, that's the type of person you got to respect. You understand? Because if you finish work at 5 o'clock and then you're calling someone from 7 to 10, for example, or whatever, you're communicating consistently throughout the course of the day, they don't have to do that. So that's the kind of energy you're feeding off of. That's why I still think you can't do that with multiple people.
Because it's a lot.
You can't. How do you fit all of that in, fam, bro? You're tired from when you're already coming from work. So to come and do that on a normal, like, that's just long, fam, bro. You get me? And then it's like, yeah, it's long. But I would even want to entertain 5 people. That's long, bro. Man, I ain't got the attention,
the energy for it. Yeah.
All right. So
I could just about text and have a phone conversation at the same time, bro.
Even though, say, like, obviously, you may not be entertaining all these women, as in taking them all out on dates, but you might have other women there that you may was talking to in the past that there might be a girl that you maybe had sex with, or a girl that's just there, like, if you needed to have sex with, you can holler at her, or a girl that you was talking to before the one you're currently talking to. At what point, when you're actually now started talking to this new chick and you actually like her, at what point do you start cutting off, like, all your old things?
Where you start seeing them. When you start having sex with them.
They naturally fade away because your attention span is no longer there with them. So you won't your good mornings will be random. They won't be consistent as they used to be. They just all naturally start to fade away because your attention only
they'll still be there in the background. So even if they off, they might pop back up, say a month down, like, oh, hey, big head, like, what's going on?
It's once you start seeing
they will do, but
if it's a regular, you stop them.
Your response won't be that as consistent. It will just be like, oh, hey, big head, how are you? Your conversation will be dead. You'd be like, yeah, I'm all right, how are you?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But would you actually tell them, like I'm not on it, like I'm...
You have to.
You have to shut it down. You can't, like, if you're getting into something with someone that you know is going to get serious, fam, as a big man, you have to shut it down, fam, man, yeah? Because out of respect for that girl, and I believe that girl, if she's got man like that on the side, she have to shut it down too, out of respect for the person you're dealing with. Because if you don't do that, all you're doing is creating a big grey area to allow anyone to come in and infiltrate, bruv. And you don't want, and especially when you're vulnerable, that vulnerability could be when you have an argument with your girl. Fuck this. Let me go message Susan real quick, card. Susan, she'll free up to me and let me come through. Yo, babes, what you say? Nah, I'm coming through. Come through then. You don't want that easy access to allow you to have that downfall in it, bro. So you have to look them all off. Still.
Yeah, it's true, because we as men, we're weak, innit? So the minute you have an opening, your brain, you shouldn't allow yourself to be able to stray in it. So it really depends. But once you start seeing someone properly, you should shut down the other exit routes, if that makes sense.
Of course.
Yeah, you should.
Because you don't, especially out of respect for your girl, you don't want the next woman to come to your girl and be like,
even if she's not your girlfriend, even if she ain't your girlfriend yet.
Yeah, even if she's not your girlfriend, you don't even want that. You don't even want that. You don't even want that negative space in your surroundings.
Plus, it gets long. You start hiding stuff. Hiding things is long, bro. Like,
this is even before it's even proper started, and you don't really want all of that madness before anything's
going to the bar. Every minute you go bathroom, you take your phone with you. When your phone rings, you're sweating. You get me? Nah. That's slow, bro.
Experience, boy.
Yeah, right.
I didn't say experience. This is from talking to females. This is from talking to females that's been in relationships and that's happened, innit? You know? And you get me? And then they find out that my man's, been talking to the old school thing. So, Yeah.
But on the flip side, a lot of people keep somebody around as almost like a contingency plan because they're seeing where this one goes. But if that goes tits up, they want a safety net.
This is it.
Yeah, but then, because like I said, I believe in energy. You're there basically, you're still keeping a sense of energy there to allow something else to manifest. You shouldn't. There should never be a contingency plan. You go into something as you go into it.
If you believe in your plan A, you shouldn't have a plan B.
Yeah, please. So if you've got a contingency plan, that means you're basically saying to yourself is, I'm anticipating a fuck up at any point of time. If that fuck up happens, I'm jumping over Dessa. Nah.
Some women think like that based on their experience. So with their previous guy they was dating, they may have done that. They may have cut off all the guys they were talking to previously and thought, yeah, I'm going to put all my attention into this guy. And then he does some fucked up shit. And then she's like, I cut off all my guys and you've gone and done that. So now when she's gone to meet this next guy now, she's like, I ain't making that mistake again. I'm not cutting no.
She's keeping Marcus around.
You get me? Yeah, she's keeping him around until she knows that this guy here is properly on.
But then ignorance is bliss, innit? If I don't know, there's nothing I can do about it, innit? If you make me aware that these people are still around, then there's going to be a problem because then I'm not going to put my all into you because I know your all isn't with me.
Yeah.
So if I'm not aware of this and you're still doing your thing to kind of like assess what I'm on, I'm never going to know that.
Yeah. So keep it to yourself, basically, if that's what you're doing.
Huh?
So keep it to yourself, basically, if that's what you're doing. Like, she should keep it. If she's
got because
other guys...
But like I said, keeping it to yourself, you're still creating that sense of energy within yourself. Like, you're creating that aura that is, like, I'm keeping this person here just in case something fucks up. Now, remember, the mind's a powerful thing, bruv. So sometimes certain things you think manifests in real life, bruv. So if that's what you're doing, like, you're basically...
I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just trying to say, if you are going to do it, don't make me aware of it. Because some people will say they'll tell you, like, I'm still, like, I like you, but I want to see where this goes. Like, some people are over honest. And I'm saying right now, let ignorance be bliss. I don't think you should do that because I agree with your energy thing. But some people, if you are going to do it, don't make me know.
Yeah.
Well, if that's what you're on, you know what I'm saying? You want to be over honest and tell me, you see a little roll your boat gently down to the sea. Because I'm not involved, fam, bro.
Oh, so hold on. So now, see you're very dismissive, yeah? So she must row her boat down the street. Last week, it was she must hold her own foot at night. You're on this. You're on dismissing everyone.
Yeah. Bro, listen, big man thing, yeah? Men have got insecurities, fam. We may not show it, we may not pull it out there. We got insecurities. Do you think I want you to come tell me I've got the Wayne there because I just want to see how things go? Huh?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Insecurities are a motherfucker.
It won't sit right with me. It'll fuck with my head. How do I trust you? Even you may be honest with me. How do I then trust you going forward, bro? Do you understand what I'm saying?
We're talking about at a dating stage, though. So she doesn't owe you that full commitment.
Loyalty.
Anyway.
Yeah.
In fairness, true. Vice versa, I don't owe her my whole full commitment. But if you're gonna be on, then like Jamal says, I don't need to know. So keep that to yourself.
But that's what I'm saying. It's down to when. If it's dating, do you do what you're doing? But when I say when you start seeing someone, that's when.
But then how far into dating? How far into dating would you then say we're technically seeing each other? How many months in?
It's not about months. It's down to if you're dating people and you decide that this person, I like you and I want to see where this can go. That could be a month. That could be 6 weeks. That could be 6 months. It's down to when you feel comfortable enough to say, I know enough about you to go forward.
Yeah, to pursue actual relationship with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
When would that be for you, though?
It depends on the person.
Depends still. Like, you might meet a girl, you might know that within a month, you might be like, you know what? This girl is bad. Like, I love everything about her. Like, I see this girl being my gal, like I'm gonna focus fully on her. And other girls, it might take you 3, 4, 6 months to make that decision.
It might, but even if it took you years, it doesn't matter, because remember, we're at an age where now we've been through so much and that person's been through so much. So now you may have barriers and insecurity, the things that you need to overcome before you can be in a full relationship with someone. You
100%,
understand?
100%.
So you got to take your time with this, because remember, we've got kids that are involved now. We've got past that are involved. We've got so many things. So you can't just be like, oh, I like you, let's jump into this. There's even questions that we don't even get around to asking. Like you start seeing someone and you like someone, you don't ask about mental health in their family. You don't ask about like sicknesses. There's all of these things that you need to kind of ascertain before going forward. Just you can't come up with that straight away.
Just touching on that point there, yeah. I was having a discussion with a man the other day, yeah. And we were talking about like stuff you ask a girl in her family. And he said to me, the key thing to me is I want to know what a relationship is like with their parents and their siblings.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It allows me to assess and judge the person that I'm dealing with, because first of all, the relationship with her parents makes me understand is who she could potentially become. What takes you pick up. Relationships with her siblings, as in like, are they close? How close are they? What's their relationship like? Like, you know, because say for instance, if you've got siblings and you're dating someone, yeah, in a weird way, your girl also becomes like part of the siblings to your partner, to like your siblings, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like they take her in as, even that's your partner, but they'll treat her like a sister, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or yeah. Like, and he was like, those things are very important and key to me, especially if you're a very family-oriented person within your family unit. So I was like, for you, man, is that deal breakers as well? Like when you're chatting to a girl, like
that's a difficult one, because how would you be able to gauge how she's with her family until you at a point where you've met her family, and that doesn't usually happen until.
Yeah, but I mean, through conversation. So you ask her like, what's your like your relationship with your mum?
Yeah, it's all right.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
But that could come from a genuine place. The mum could actually be a bitch.
Yeah, like in the early days, there's no way you can fully assess. So I don't think that's as important, me personally. But like you see things like sicknesses and that, I feel like those are more important.
Yeah.
Mental health.
You don't find that, but then you don't find that out to a later stage, though. You're not gonna find out straight away, because I'm not gonna ask you on the first date.
No, not first date. But I'm saying if you're seeing someone, remember when you're seeing someone and you're saying this could potentially be something, you need to find these things out. Because,
but then wouldn't you want to establish the relationship of their family within that period of time, in that process as well, before you get into the whole what sicknesses and what mental health do you have in your family?
All right, first? If you're detached from your family, if you don't deal with your family, for example, for whatever reason, you just don't deal with them, that has no bearing over, because remember that I still like the person you are now, so that has no bearing over anything really.
I mean,
just don't deal with your family. You're a family-oriented person.
You don't. But then again, like exactly coming from a family-oriented background, for some man, like I want to know, like they want to know, like obviously there's a boundary to that question, because you don't want to overstep your mark, but like you would want to understand the foundation of certain things. Like
what if they say I don't deal with them? What if they're like, listen, I don't really want to go into it, but I don't deal with my family like that. I'm out.
But then obviously you leave it as where it is, and then what if you are? Because you leave it as where it is, and that's what it is. But my whole thing is, some people want it though. For me personally, I would wanna.
But what could a girl tell you that will make you say, yeah, I can't do this? What could she tell you about her family if you ask that you can be like, nah, I'm not on it?
I'll ask a simple question like, what's your relationship with your mum and dad like? What's that like? Like, you know, are you look close? You look not close? Whatsoever. If she goes, I can't get into it. We're not close. I don't want to get into it. Or that's another time. I respect that. You get me? But it would still be something that I would kind of want to know, because
if she tells you, say like she said, she tells you like, I don't get on with my family. Had a bad upbringing. My dad's a cunt. My mum's away.
Yeah. Is anything gonna put you off with that family question?
You gotta remember, because the cycle of life continues, fam. And sometimes you gotta be that individual to break that cycle of life. Yes, bruv. certain time, the cycle of life. Some people certain life not, and it's not of the fault of their own. It's just the cycle of life. If that person's unaware that, you know, I'm going through life and I'm behaving like my mother, or I'm picking up certain things that my father's done, like when you have kids with that person, they start to then behave that way because they might not totally understand what they're doing. They're just following a life pattern, innit?
But how would you figure that out? What I'm trying to say is, if they just say, I don't deal with them, how would you know what they've picked up and haven't picked up? Because they just don't deal with them.
That is the first conversation. Okay, I don't deal with them. But as I'm saying, as gradually as time goes on, I think that they will open up and be like, okay, this is the reason why I don't deal with my mom or X, Y, and Z. Because it's like, if I'm dating you and you're like, I don't deal with your mom, that means what? You're trying to tell me I'm never going to meet your side of the family?
If they're not around, if you don't deal with them, then that's a possibility.
Obviously, if they're not around, that's a different scenario. But if it's one of the ones like, okay, cool, because you're going to get to that space like, yo, I'm going to take you to meet my family. I want to meet your family, innit? Unless if it's like an extreme thing like, yo, you don't deal with, there has to be an explanation into why I can't see your family.
Yeah, but her family might be her aunt and her uncle and her cousins and her gran.
But then, that's still a family that I'm meeting, though. If you get what I'm saying, I'm still meeting someone. Okay, your gran is the person that brought you up. I'm going to meet your gran. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. So if she was to say like, yeah, I don't deal with my mum. I had a bad upbringing with my mum and blah 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 blah. Like, is that going to?
No, it's not going to change anything, because then you then have to understand, okay, cool. Now I know we're doing our thing, we're going forward, but the cycle of life still continues. They might pick up some traits that they might not even be aware that they're doing. But you remember through power conversation, hold on, you kind of said you went through this and that and that. All right, we're in this relationship and I'm seeing like, yo, you're kind of doing the same thing too. You're there to kind of like break that cycle, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. But that would come, even if you didn't know their background, they'll still be doing something you didn't like. So that would still be for you to step in. That's why I say it's not as important.
Okay, in a relationship, everyone's going to do something that you don't like. But what I'm talking about, the power of the cycle of life. Like even certain things that I do, certain things that I may do as a man, it's a cycle of life that through my dad. Because when I explain to my dad certain things that I do, he tells me I did that. He hit me and I was wrong when I did that. So I'm now knowing that I'm subconsciously repeating the cycle of life through my dad. But then I got to now also learn is that I can't do that in front of my child, because then my child is also going to repeat that cycle of life, which certain things are not a good trait of. So that's where it's like, when you have that conversation with your partner and everything, and they ask you, what's your upbringing like, and you explain certain things, and then they start seeing you do certain things, they're able to be like, right, you know, you're actually doing what, like, you told me.
Bro,
kind of, yeah.
not to cut
so
you,
like,
but you're talking about partner. We're saying you're still in the early stages. You're still dating or seeing this person. They're not your girlfriend yet.
But you want to know everything about that person, don't you?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you is that's a relationship thing.
Because asking about mental health, that's still asking about the family, bro.
No, the reason I asked that, and I say sickness and mental health, is because, for example, and this is an extreme,
yeah.
If you link a girl and you not see each other, and you've got sickle cell, and she has sickle cell trait, if you two don't meet each other's family, but you have sex and have a baby, that's your baby's life. You understand what I'm saying to you? So
in what stage of dating do you ask that question? Because
when you're seeing the person, when you start sleeping with this person,
you might start sleeping with them,
that's when you ask, because you need to understand, does these things run in your family? Because guess what? It runs in mine. So you know, and at the end of the day, if I have sickle cell and you have sickle cell, for example, we know it's best we don't even continue this.
But that conversation, what I'm trying to say, falls within that whole family element conversation.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
For me, it will does, because you're trying to know that person to the T, right? At that point, innit? Now, I'm not gonna ask you about medical conditions in your family if I'm not asking about what's your family like. I want to know the full scope. So what's your family like? Okay, cool. Like, you know what? This is my family. Like, for instance, in my family, we got history of glaucoma. So I would say, like, yo, in my family, like, obviously I've told you about my mom, my dad, or whatever. Like, for instance, like my daughter's mom could testify this. When we was talking in the early stage and everything, and she asked my mom, I'm like, yeah, my mom's cool, but my mom suffers from stroke. So it's predominantly in our family, meaning that I could be as I get older, be possible to get a stroke. Lo and behold, a year later, I was having seizures, fam. So these are conversations that, I mean, falls into that scope range where you're trying to identify who are you?
Medical history.
Who are
that's
you?
very different.
No, but that's still medical. You're talking about relationships with a family. That's different.
Yeah, but it's still, for me, it still falls in that scope because you're trying to find out everything about that person.
Beautiful thing, because with the medical history, yeah, like with James, with the example with the sickle cell, that knowing that information up front allows you to then make a choice whether or not we're going to continue this. Because if you both want children and you both carry that sickle cell trait, it's not going to work. So there's no point of continuing.
So let's keep it funky, yeah. Keep it real. So we're trying to say every girl we've asked them what medical history do you have.
No, we're talking about now at this age. What we should be asking.
Okay, what we should be. I just want to make that clear because what we should be and what we do are two different things.
Yeah, but remember, we're saying
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I think what the argument is that we're talking about dating. So you're saying asking about the family. How is that going to change your perception of that woman while you're dating her? Is it going to stop you from dating her, knowing something, or are you just going to continue dating her anyway? That's what.
No, I'll still continue dating.
I'll
still continue dating.
Yeah, we're talking about what would stop you.
We're talking about questions that you ask that are going to have an effect on whether you continue dating that person.
Yeah.
So if you're a sickle cell trait and the girl you're dating is a sickle cell trait, would that stop you from dating her?
There's no point. Because if we go into seeing each other, and if I have sickle cell trait and you have sickle cell trait, there is a very, very massive possibility that our child is going to have full-blown sickle cell.
So I'm just playing devil's advocate here. So medical outshines love.
Yeah.
So you're generally feeling that person. That person has ticked all your love languages and everything.
Unless we can agree that okay, cool, we can't have children, then cool. But if it's something that we both want, it's not going to work because why would we don't have a child? All
right, Pete. Listen, sickle cell is a lifelong disease, lifelong.
But I understand what the sickle cell is. I understand that to the T. I get it. But what I'm saying is, okay, cool. I get I get it all. But I'm just saying is, all right. But you're generally feeling that person. You're into that person.
Yeah, I'm not feeling
it. Feeling them is nothing, fam. You might be feeling them. It doesn't mean anything.
You're genuinely you're convinced that this is the one I think I'm gonna be with.
If it's real, then you'll both come to the decision and say, okay, we're not gonna have children, and then we'll just be together.
What have you at that time? Okay, it's hard to say. We've all got kids, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, me and you've got one, and now we're at the ages. We're in our 30s now. Obviously, we're looking to have more kids. But would that just be it? That we're not having no kids?
What do you mean?
So remember, like I said, we both got one child each, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've met this person, they've got sickle cell, I got sickle cell trait.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're in our 30s. We've looked at possibly having more kids with these women that have these traits. Mm-hmm. Because of these traits, we're now going to say, I'll be with you, but I'm not having no more kids. That's it. We're just going to be laughing.
Yeah, and if she says, no, I'm not, then I'll totally understand. I wouldn't even expect her to go along with it, because I wouldn't. If a woman wants a baby, she's going to want a baby, innit? And if I've just met you, and we're talking, I don't even think it will get to that point where we're fully blown in love, where we'll even have that conversation. It will be done straight away. As soon as she figures out that I've got the trait and she's got the trait and she wants a baby and I want a baby, it'll just be done from there.
Because remember, it's about finding someone that doesn't have it at all. That gives your child a better chance at life.
Like it wouldn't happen. And I say
mental, that's why I say medical history, because you can kind of ascertain. Because remember, people have genetic diseases and all of these things that can mess them up. You understand?
Mm.
So that's why I feel like that's more important than like your family history, because your family history I'll find out in time. And if I'm with you long enough, we can tackle whatever issue comes up from your past. We can help amend it. I can show you where I think maybe you've gone wrong and you can do the same for me. But if it's something that could impact our lives to the point where it restricts certain things. But remember, if you have this child, your movements are restricted because this child is now always sick.
Mm.
So that's had an impact on your family that you've created. Forget the family you came from. That's now impacted the family you've created.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
Again, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. I hear you, look, but I'm gonna disagree on you, look, still.
Fair enough.
Well, then, what's your devil's advocate?
You go on.
I mean, if love is love, love is love, isn't it? Do you get me? I hear you everything you're saying, but
like I
sometimes
said,
the power of attraction is just, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you love each other, if you genuinely love each other, and it's just about you two loving each other, you will come to that decision as cool. We're not gonna have any children then, but we're gonna.
But then some people take the risk and have the kids, and
that's
that's on them.
If you come to that decision, then cool.
But you have to have that conversation to be able. Because remember, if you don't know, then you can't sit down and say, you know what, I'm willing to take the risk. Because if you just do it and you don't know, then it gets to the point where you're like, shit, if I had known, I wouldn't have.
Yeah. Or we could.
So you still need to have that conversation. Because some people, if they know their child is going to be sick, they're not going through with the pregnancy. They're not.
Yeah, but you don't find some people. Remember, you don't find out that the child's going to be sick until they start doing the scans, though.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you, some people will not even take the risk because of the highness of the possibility.
You've got the trait.
They won't even try it.
The trait. It's like, it's basically inevitable. Like, the chances are very slim that the baby won't have it. It's basically like your baby's going to have sickle cell.
So that's the thing. So some people will actually say, you know what? Nah. Some people have like degenerative diseases. It's like at a certain age, their hearing goes. You understand? Like their hearing just deteriorates. So they're not willing to pass that on because the doctors have told them if you have a child, there is a 60% chance you might pass that on. They're just not on it now. But they don't want their child
but then
to
there's that 40% chance you might not pass that on.
Yeah, but they don't want to. So what I'm trying to say is if you don't have that conversation,
what do you think?
Won't know.
Remember, the power of birth as well is also it's a different ball game as well. So saying that you don't want to is a very different thing. There's people's life depend on having kids, fam. So
yeah, but we're saying that's why the conversation needs to be had. We're not saying don't go through with it. We're saying
I'm not saying the conversation doesn't need to be had. 100% has to be had. But I'm just saying the conversation falls into a different bracket in a wider scope of conversation.
To be honest, it doesn't matter what you comes out
because obviously certain time, when you got sickle cell, okay, you got sickle cell. What part of that family does that come from? Your mum's side, your dad's side. You know, it bubbles into other little conversations.
I think it's more important.
All those conversations with your mum or dad doesn't matter. She's got it, I've got it.
It doesn't matter, but your curiosity will ask you, so what side of your family did you get?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, but
to be honest, I wouldn't care what side it came from because it doesn't make a difference to anything.
It's still the principle of have you got sickle cell? Yes, I've got the trait or I've got the full blown thing. Where? So am I. It doesn't matter where it came from.
I don't care if it comes from your mum or your dad.
But I think guys been a bit ignorant towards this part here. Where I'm saying is, the power of conversation allows you, it makes you you turn into some little researcher while you're having these conversations. I'm not just going to ask you, you got sickle cell? Okay, you got sickle cell. You'd be like, so like, who in your family's got sickle cell? You always ask that question.
All right.
Hold on. When I was ill, man, they asked me, so where did that come from? Like, what's your family history where it's come from? The only thing I can say was, no, but it's not different because just because you ask me doesn't mean you're not going to ask the girl.
The sickle cell thing, the whole point of the sickle cell thing is based on us having a child.
It is. But what I'm saying is, we've established you've got sickle cell. I'm just saying through power of conversation, we always turn into little Dora Explorers and may ask that question. So who your family's like? Where did that come from?
Man, saying I'm not going forward with it. Because if I have sickle cell and you have sickle cell, I'm not going forward. So it doesn't matter who it came from because we're not having any. It's not going anywhere else.
But I don't know. I think that's the one we got to put out there for people to have that
what I'm trying to say to you is, if you have mental health in your family, or you have diabetes in your family, or you have all of these things, that's not going to stop me from proceeding. That's just now conversation to find out about your life. Yeah. I'm saying
why would it not stop because some people will be born diabetic and it's severe.
Yeah, no. But what I'm trying to say to you is diabetes is something, number one, you can control, and number two, it's not necessarily genetic. No, let me finish. It's not necessarily genetic. The reason I use sickle cell as such a prime thing is because
diabetes slightly is genetic, bro.
It's genetic, but it doesn't necessarily.
I said it's not necessarily genetic.
Hold hold on, because in your grandparents can have diabetes, your mum might not have it, but then you can get it, bro.
Yes, maybe. What I'm trying to say to you is, if I have sickle cell and the girl has sickle cell, our child is having sickle cell.
There is no option. What I'm saying to you, I get that, but then let's not then go around the turn and say diabetes is not as serious as sickle cell can be.
No, bro, well, I'm not saying that. What you're doing is you're taking out of context.
But then hold on. If we're gonna range all, we've got to group all of them. High blood pressure, cholesterol, cancer.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. Will that stop you from dating the person? Yes or no?
High blood pressure. I don't think
me personally, none of them will.
Well, that's you. I'm saying me personally. If you got sickle cell and I got sickle cell, I'm not on it. Yeah, if I don't have it and you have it, then fine.
If both of us got high blood pressure,
I'll be real with you. And this is just me. None of it will. Because if I'm into you, I'm into you. I get it.
Well, that's you.
Both got fine.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but then cool. But then would you then go and have a child with her?
Most likely, I probably will have a child with her.
Well, that's you. That's what I'm trying to say. Me personally, I'm not on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
That's me.
I wouldn't.
That's me.
I'm not on it, and that's for me. I'm not gonna knowingly create a child that's going to suffer knowingly beforehand. Not in the pregnancy. Not we find out you've got something while you're pregnant. Beforehand, I know if we create life, this child is going to suffer, and I'm going to intentionally do that. I'm not going to do it.
You've got people that, like, you can meet a girl that's got sickle cell. You might not have sickle cell, but then that child can still be born and have sickle cell.
Maybe, but there's a guarantee.
No, they won't have it.
Then you're playing chance.
No. They won't have it. They will have a trait. They won't have it. They will have a trait.
No. Okay, but hold on. But my cousin's had a child with someone. She's got sickle cell. He don't have sickle cell. The child now has sickle cell, and he's got that
full-blown sickle cell.
Fully blown sickle cell.
There's different traits. There's different traits of it.
There's fully blown sickle cell, and this is what I'm trying to say. So, like,
yes, but there's a lower chance if one parent does and one parent doesn't, then both parents do. There's a lower chance.
Guaranteed, yeah.
I hear that, but for me, if I'm into you, I'm into you, innit, bro? You know.
Well, that's you. I'm not doing it.
That's me.
I'm not doing it at all. And I'll find that out, and I'm off.
If I know 100% that if I do something, doing that, the child's going to suffer, I'm not on it. If it's a 50-50, then you might be like, you know what, let's chance.
But ain't there pre-tests that you can do prior towards finding out anyway?
No, if you've both got the traits, it's happening. There doesn't need to be a test. If you've got it and she's got it, the baby's having full-blown sickle cell. There doesn't need to be a test. It's happening. Whether you like it or not, the baby's going to have sickle cell.
Okay. And to me, I'm not going to knowingly, beforehand, before even being, know my child is going to suffer and then go create that child to suffer. I'm not going to do that. Me personally. If you are willing to do that, I commend you, and you understand? But me personally, if I find out from seeing somebody, there's no point us going down this road.
I'm with that as
well.
So
at what stage is this the seeing stage or the dating stage that you ask? Have you got sickle cell or seeing?
I think once you started to say that this is the person I want to pursue, then you have to say, you know what, we're getting into something. This is what I want to know.
Wouldn't you not find that out in the dating stage though? What stopped you from finding out in the dating stage?
You could.
You might. It depends on how long you're dating for.
You could. But I think what James is saying is that it has to be at least at that point, because if you let it go on further, that's when you start getting into that sticky area, like when you're saying now you've fallen in love with this person and now it's even harder to break away if you want to. Then it's the thing where now we have to make a decision. What are we going to do?
This is where I go the power conversation where you said to earlier on, now we're older, we've been through relationships and X, Y, and Z involved. You kind of have those conversations on early stages because you're trying to find out who this really person is.
Before you actually make something official, that is still an early stage. It might not be the earliest stage while you're dating, but it's still an early stage.
So you try to ascertain as much as that person that you can, so you can make that decision to say, I'm going from dating you to seeing you, right?
Yeah, but the question is, remember, the whole thing was, is that going to stop you from dating them? So anything that you've brought up, i.e. their relationship with their family or any of this stuff, has no bearing over what our relationship will be.
I don't think someone's medical history is going to stop me from dating them. That's just me.
All right, that's what I'm saying. You, personally. But I'm trying to say, dating, like seeing someone, their relationship, if you don't talk to your mum, that doesn't mean anything to me. If I don't talk to my dad, that don't mean anything. If you have sickle cell and I do, that means a lot. Like, they're two different things. If you don't get on with your siblings, or you don't deal with your siblings, or you don't know who they are, that's neither here nor there.
But the part of not knowing your siblings, that's not my business. But I'm talking about in terms of what's your relationship like with your parents and your siblings that you have, that you're around.
That's
for me.
What we're asking is there something that she could tell you that could make you say, all right, cool, I don't want to continue with this? That's what the question is.
Yeah, if you tell me you fucking worship the devil, I'm gone. Of course.
No, so what? Her or her family?
Family as well. I'm gone, bruv.
So forget her. We're talking about the family because you said the family. So is there something she could tell you about her relationship with her family that could make you say, I'm not going to date you no more?
Not necessarily, no. I just want to have the idea of who the people that brought you up.
That's all it is. We're saying the sickle cell will stop us from dating the person. It will stop.
Okay. Do you have a sickle cell children?
No.
Okay, so would you date a girl with sickle cell?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's a bit irrelevant now, isn't it?
Well, that's what we're saying. This argument only comes down to if we both carry the trait. If we both carry the trait, cool. Then it's just like, it's
okay.
right.
So I hear that. And the reason why I'm not getting it, I'm not getting the argument because I don't have sickle cell, so I can't understand that.
And all right. And also, what I'm trying to say to you is, even when we have a discussion about mental health, if you find out, for example, her grandmother's got bipolar, her mum's got bipolar, her aunties have bipolar, then you might see a trait where you think, all right, so you stand a possibility, quite a large possibility.
Can you just repeat what you just said there? Go ahead.
What? Her mum's got bipolar, her granny's got bipolar, her aunties do. If you find out there is a large like chance of the mental health coming through, you may decide that, you know what, I'm not willing to take the risk. You may.
Like I said, that conversation falls into a very big bracket, which opens the door.
I don't think it's. I think it's a very specific bracket.
You have and the mental state of your family are two different things.
Because you might have the best relationship with them, but they all suffer from this genetic trait of having this thing. So that's different.
Yeah,
so that might stop you because you're like, you know what? I'm not willing to go any further because I'm not willing to take that risk. If you deal with your granny, but you don't deal with your mum and you don't deal with your dad, that don't stop me from being with you because they might have done you something. But if they've got mental health issues and it seems to flow through your family, then it's a problem. The same way as if every man in your family died by the age of 40 and you told a girl that, and now you're 30 odd, she might look at it like, boy, I don't really want to get into this. Yeah. You might die in under 10 years. That's a very big difference between, because I could have loved everyone that died at the age of 40 and we could have had the best relationship. She still might not want to get into it because we're already in our 30s. So she might be like,
so you're telling me the power of upbringing doesn't hold weight in a conversation.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm saying that would not put me off being with someone, how they were brought up, because I grew up without my dad like that, yeah? But I'm still the best dad I am capable of being to my children. They are not, they see me all the time. One of them lives with me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
that, I said, hold on.
That didn't have a negative impact on anything.
But like I said, through power of conversation, you see how you just explained that to me? Wouldn't that be the same way you explain that to a girl if she was to ask you, what was your relationship like growing up?
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but that would not put her off. You're missing the point.
It's not.
All we're saying is, whatever it is you identify would put you off. That's what we're saying. We're not saying
you shouldn't find it out.
We're not saying don't speak about the relationships, but we're just saying, is there something that you may ask or she may tell you that you might be like, all right, cool, I'm not on it. It's because we've said with medical, if you ask about medical, there's things that if they said, we'll be not on it. Mental health, we've said if there's things they said, we won't be on it. Relationship with their family now, what could be said that you'll say, I'm not on it?
Unless you're telling me,
my brother's a murderer, my dad's a murderer. Ooh, I might not be on it.
Yeah, then cool. There we go. There we go. Or if you're telling me your dad's a rapist, but you still deal with your dad, and I have to be around this, Donny,
then yeah,
I might not be on it.
Not on it. Or your dad might be a murderer, and you might not deal with your dad. He might be in jail. I'm not gonna then say, I don't want to deal with you. That's your dad, innit? I'm not gonna judge you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Or if you're telling me your dad's at home clarting your mum on a daily basis, and I got to be around you and your family, I may not want to interact with that because I can't swear that I won't knock the shit out of your dad. I can't swear that. So I'm just gonna be like, I might allow it. So that's the only differences.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just what would put you off. We're not saying you shouldn't have the conversation or it's not a conversation to have. It's just, would it put you off? So what I was saying is, saying, oh, you don't talk to this mum, you don't like that. I wouldn't care about it. It wouldn't bother me. You'll be like, all right, cool, whatever.
It does have an impact on the person, but it wouldn't stop me from being with them. It plays a part in your family, yes, but it's not something that can't be overcome.
I hear you. I hear that. I hear that.
But yeah, man, like you said, power of conversation. That's what we're basically saying. Have the conversation, whether it is about medical, whether it is about mental health, whether it is about past relationships, whatever it is about, have the conversation. That's what we're saying. Have those, so that then you're in a position where you can make a choice of what you want to do and how you want to proceed and go forward.
Because remember, there's people out here that are orphans, or they're adopted. They don't know their family like that. So therefore, you just have to take them on who they are today.
True.
That's all you can do. You can't even delve into nothing because they don't know the answers.
Yeah, man. What?
It's a deep one though.
It's deep. But like you said, Prems, do we always ask these questions? And we don't. But that's what we're saying. We should be having these.
Especially at this age.
That's why I had to ask. I'm like, okay, let's be funky. Are these the questions that we do ask? Because I'll be honest with you. We're all guilty of not asking these questions. We
100%.
We don't even ask these questions. We go to the scan and then we get asked these questions by the doctors, and then they're like,
And that's when you find out. Yeah. You
find out a lot of things. So I guess as what we're trying to say is, these are the questions we should be generally asking. Like
especially at this age, we're not kids no more. We've got kids of ourselves.
We're not kids no more, man. Like we've all had kids in our 20s, and okay, I'm not gonna say we was naive when we had kids, but when we was having these kids, we weren't paying attention. Yeah, we didn't care. We weren't paying attention to certain things. Like now, you would ask a lot of questions. Like, of course, I hear you on that one there still. So, get me. But I just want to put it there. I think all medical diseases or whatever they are all on the same level. Whether you're diabetic, you got sickle cell.
But of course they know. The thing is, I get what you're saying. I'm not trying to belittle anyone's thing. So whether you got high blood pressure, I'm not trying to belittle it. But what I'm trying to say to you is, the reason I brought up sickle cell is because of the high possibility of it going forward if both people have it. If you've got diabetes and I don't have diabetes, our child may not have diabetes. And diabetes...
But if you've got a grandparent that has diabetes, it could skip you, but it could go to your child.
But if your family, right? But also, Prems, if none of our families have diabetes, you don't have it, your girl's family don't have it, nowhere in the family. If you don't feed your child properly and your child grows up being obese, they can still develop it.
Yeah, I think all it comes down to is just the probability. That's what we're talking about. The probability of it happening.
Well,
probability.
I'm sure.
100%.
I'm not gonna say I'm sure, but maybe we might have some followers that probably have sickle cell or something like that. So if anyone here that watches it that has sickle cell, like DM us and break it down to us from your side, your perspective, because they've got it. So help me understand it a little bit more.
And you know what the maddest thing is?
I don't understand it in general as a sickness, but I just know that if one parent has it, if both parents have it, then the child is going to have it. If I've got diabetes and the girl I meet has got diabetes, that doesn't necessarily mean that if we have a child, the child's going to have diabetes.
Exactly. But then you can skip your child, but then you can have a grandchild that has that's born.
That's unforeseen circumstances. But sickle cell is seen. It's gonna happen.
I mean, like I said, let's find someone that's got the ball. I don't want to put it, but if someone that's got sickle cell, like DM us and just kind of break it down to us on a
bro, I'll be
me.
real with you. Like the reason why I even asked that question, yeah, is because man, then remember Rami?
Yeah.
Man died when we was 20, fam. That was meaning from we was 6 years old, fam. The man had sickle cell. I watched that take over his life, you understand? And both his parents had it. Like trait, he had full-blown sickle cell.
Oh well, Jem, we know a man that's got sickle cell. You grew up on an estate. I'm not really gonna say his name.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I'm
maybe
trying to say.
I'll probably shout him and see and let him break it down of what it is.
I watched a man die because of this. So because of that, I do ask that question. You understand? Like, do you have a trait? Like, I don't have it. I know that.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things. Like with the dating game, and we're seeing someone. There's many hurdles to overcome. So you're right. Things like how they deal with their family. It's not even an indication of what the person's like, but your child that you have together now is going to have to be part of that family. So you're going to need to know what is the dynamic. Yeah, what's the dynamic of, your past. But that's something, because you're not going to breed them instantaneously. So that's something that can work, and people don't feel comfortable to break down the ins and outs of their family straight away. Whereas a medical condition is kind of on the surface.
Just to get back on the breeding kind of shit, some man's sperm might be kind of strong and just after the first night,
Of course, but remember, a family you can run away from, a sickness you can't.
Of course. But again, that's why I think probably maybe the circle of life. That's another conversation we can dive into another day, innit? I just find the circle of life very important. The cycle of life very important, bro. I find that very, 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 very important, bro.
Well, yeah, like I said, it just comes down to, someone's...
It's the individual.
Life, someone's experience with their family is not going to make me just say, nah, I'm not on it no more. I would work with them. Like you said, it will then lead into deeper conversations. You want to learn more and you want to understand it more. But it won't ever be a thing where I don't want to see you no more.
To some people, that's a deal breaker for them, bro. So everyone's different, I guess.
For some, it could be a deal breaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, no.
Yeah, not for me.
It depends, like you said, it depends on what they come out and say. But me, then the medical thing will be more of a thing where I would definitely be like, there will be no discussions. There will be no like, could it possibly work? I would personally be like, nah. Whereas the relationship with their family, I can kind of be like, all right, cool. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this plays out. You get me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Difference of opinion here, so I mean, I don't know. Sound like we was about to fight, man. Don't worry, man. Don't fight, man. This is how we debate. But okay, cool. I hear that, man.
That's been a good one, man.
Yeah, man.
Episode 7, yeah.
This has been longer than we intended it to be.
But you know what? It is where it is. Everyone's on lockdown. And give them something to listen to.
Do you know what? One thing I'll say this conversation is a very, very big eye opener. So it shows that how long we've had to go on, because it's a very big eye opener. And like I said, we've all got difference of opinions. There may be people out there that have that difference of opinions, and I'll put it straight. We've all put out. I think we've all. I don't disagree with you. I 100% disagree with you. Partly I was playing devil's advocate of part of it, and I had to play devil's advocate because there might be someone out there that is doing devil's advocate behavior towards the situation, and I feel that it is a conversation we had. That's why one of the key things I said is, let's be big and serious. Are we really having these conversations? So if we can manage to put this into the mindset of those that are listening to us speak about this from now, you never know. We are probably potentially, saving.
And it's about educating our kids as well.
Yeah, it's about because there's a lot of things that we are not educated on. Do you understand? And we're not taught through school. You're not taught about sickle cell in school. Only we talk about in our community, the black community, because it's such a high trait of sickle cell. We start to learn about what we don't learn about sickle cell till it actually hits us. You get me? Same thing with diabetes. We don't learn about it till it hits you. Do you know what I mean? So many things. So I think this is a very good conversation that we've had, and it's allowed people to see the differences of opinions that we have on the conversation. But then goes back when they finish hearing our speak for them to deep it and then start thinking, Raj, you know what? I weren't doing this before, you know. You get me, you know. I weren't, you know, I probably no shade. I probably slept with John last week, not knowing that he has sickle. So I probably slept with Mary last week. I'm not knowing they have sickle.
John?
Huh?
You slept with John last week?
Nah, fire. I'm talking about the female, innit?
Like, fire! I'm talking
about fire.
What?
No,
Bad.
fire.
Is the quarantine getting to you?
Bro!
Wait, hold on. Fire. You don't know what I'm talking about when I said that. When a female goes, when she goes, I probably slept with John last week, not knowing if he had, and then he probably slept with Susan last week, not knowing. You get me? Why am I trying to oust me like that? I've noticed. You got some bullies, you know. You got always trying to pick on me, that it's cool, you know. I'm gonna start a campaign.
I may have slept with John last week, lad.
No, but hold on. You got the
Bad social distancing, Prems. You're not meant to be doing that.
Hold on. Furthermore, man love gyal, innit? Don't try creep. My name Aaron Hernandez out here, you know, fam. I just wanna put that out there, you get me? You know? But I'm just saying, innit? See, you may be saying something constructive and so good, like I was doing my Jerry Springer final through, and a man just
left it as that. People just started commenting, "Oh, like you Pripsit, like
you know what? Yeah,
you
know what? Social distancing. Fuck you two. I'm gonna watch my Disney Plus now, innit, fam? Yeah.
Alright, you know what? Episode 7, love. Episode 7.
Love that.
Hey, thank you for tuning in. Remember, check us out YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah,
man. Love for all the support, people.
IQ boxing, you know, do social team. There's no boxing going on, but we got IQ boxing for the merchandise. And I just want to leave on a note. Fuck these two. I'm going to watch Disney Plus.
Alright, peace.
Hey, love you. Cool.
Later.
Man, flames, man. No, leave it in there.